Welcome back to another episode of Fox and Fix It. And I've got big news today. We've got another project car. We didn't need it, but I found it and it was too good to pass up. So this is going to be a whole new kind of deal. But before we get into what that deal is, let's take a look at the car, shall we? What I found was a 1982 Honda Civic, and this is the sedan model, which is a little rare, at least around me. This one was sitting in a barnyard, not just a barn, a barnyard, and it was guarded by many, many attack chickens and guard turkeys. So they really were not enjoying me taking it with me, but as you can see, all the chicken scratches and turkey scratches in the hood, they were using this as a lookout post. They can't do that anymore because it's mine. Car came out of California. Allegedly, it was used at a vineyard. I mean, with the paint fade and sunburn, I believe it's California. Also, such little body rust. I mean, this is all just little surface stuff. Not a big deal. Plus tinted windows everywhere. You know, it's a California thing. I am a huge fan of this luggage rack. I didn't think I would be, but I don't remember ever seeing one. So I looked it up. That was a factory option, apparently. Also, I love the 1980s square lights that came on like Datsuns, Toyotas, Hondas, where it's just a stack of square with red, orange, white. Something about that. It's always nice. It's got the body side molding, which apparently means it's an upper trim level. It does have 13-inch wheels and completely worthless tires all the way around. But while these tires are hard to find, if you can find them, they're still really cheap. They're like under 40 bucks cheap sometimes. Definitely under 50. One thing to watch out though when you get tires for something this small, make sure you don't get trailer tires. All right, well, let's take a look inside. Here's one of the best parts about the car. No, those are mine. It didn't come with those. It would have been nice though. This interior is practically brand new. All the door cards look really, really nice. The seats aren't ripped anywhere. That back seat doesn't even look sat in. The dash, a little sun faded up top, but it's not cracked anywhere, not broken. No, pretty good. Headliner's in great shape. Driver's seat is a little bit worn right here, but not worn through, just padding worn. But we'll take it. Air conditioning, definitely odd trim level. I think if you run that though, you may have a top speed of about 45 with this car. So, well, yes, it's nice. How fast do you want to go? This one is, if I can get the sun to quit shining on it, it's a 5-speed. Look at that. That held tapes or cassettes. If you don't know what those are, you may not like this car. If you do know what those are, you'll probably love this car. That's not the original stereo, of course not. While Kenwood was around back then, I don't think it was detachable face CD players that they had out. Oh, what else do we have? We've got Attack, which I don't know if that was factory with all the 5 speeds, but there it is. I got 4 horns, 1, 2, 3, 4. They all make the same sound. So really it's 1 horn and 4 buttons. It does have intermittent wipers. That was an upper trim level thing. And somebody has added aftermarket cruise control. It sat on this stalk and that's broken, but we can fix that. I think we'll make the cruise control work again. Carpet, really good shape too. Handbrake, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this center console apparently is a huge deal. Most of them just had the stick coming right up out of the carpet. So the fact that this has a center console, apparently a big deal with a lot of people. So, whatever. Doesn't hold anything but tapes. Let's look under the hood. This is really the worst of the entire interior, and I'm pretty sure I can either get the fake leather repair stuff or I can find a whole nother door panel. Not a big deal. Alright, now this hood is one of those weirdos that folds forward. Prop rod. There we go. Which is kind of neat until you need to get around to the front of the engine. And even though it's small and crammed in there, you can't work on this part of the engine very well because that's in the way. But, I mean, you can reach over, but it'd be nice to be right there. Oh well, what are you going to do? Like I said, here's the air conditioner. It's about half the size of the engine. Nice. It is a carbureted model. This is a 1, 2, 3 barrel, which means it's CVCC, which stands for Complex Very Confusing Contraption. Look that up. I just checked. Trust me. All right, it did have some rotted fuel lines. I'm still trying to get it running. It doesn't run. Of course it doesn't run. Nothing that I buy runs. That's why you can get it cheap. It's called Fox Can Fix It, not Fox bought it and it already runs. All right, so fuel lines, inline filter because the plastic filter was also broken. What are you gonna do, you know? What else do we have on this? That's a breather hose. That just goes to the air cleaner that I took off. Nothing special there. When I bought it, it was down 2 plug wires, which means they were probably trying to get it running and maybe didn't know the firing order. And it is confusing on these. The early ones go counterclockwise. All the later ones, and most of the ones you find online for pictures and everything, are clockwise. So I think one of the reasons it wasn't running is they were trying to go clockwise with it and just kept moving the first plug wire around and trying to get it to go, because this distributor is also loose. Could have been, maybe not, but it's one little thing that I suspect. You can really get to the starter on these. That's right there. Even with a battery in the car, you can actually get to the starter from the top of this car. I like that. Okay, that's the battery out of the Pontiac, because I haven't bought another battery yet because this thing doesn't run. I'm not going to buy it its own battery unless it's going to run on its own. Look at the crazy amount of freaking vacuum lines we're going to have to deal with on this car. You can bet that 9 out of 10 of those already is rotted, has holes in it, or has collapsed. So that's going to be really, really fun. You can tell. I mean, seriously. It looks like one of those little mazes when you were a kid, like maybe in 3rd or 4th grade, where you were trying to get to the end of it to solve the math problem. Yeah, I was never good at those. Never solved that problem. Well, we're going to have to this time. All right, moving on. It does have a fair amount of barnyard algae and lichens, even down here, but it is solid. Again, nice tire. I mean, well-preserved rim, protected by a flat tire. It is not rotted. I mean, for an Ohio car, you would think that all of this would be rotted, but this is all solid with just some surface rust in a couple spots. There's a little bit worse spot on the other side I'll show you here in a minute, but it does have mud flaps. Apparently all 4 mud flaps were also an option, which is really cool. That's cool. That's staying. I don't really play bocce ball or bocce ball or bokeh ball. I don't know, whatever you pronounce it. Let's go with bocce. Why not? But it looks official. It looks really cool. And it's old. And I think I might ruin the window tint if I tried to get it off there. So that's going to stay. All right. It is manual windows, manual locks. This is actually an upper trim feature to not have to actually roll the window down and push the mirror with your hands. There's the 5-speed logo, so it is factory 5-speed. Not that I would doubt that, but you know, there you go. I love these giant, they look like they would be like protective bumpers. And no, that's your license plate light. Both sides. I mean, seriously. Can't miss this license plate apparently. Here's the worst of the rust right here. And this is all surface rust. This is nothing that's wholly or rotted through. It hasn't really gone through the inside. So there's a little bit down there too. And there is a small rust hole right here underneath, but we can get to that. That's not a big deal. Not worry about it. Everything's really nice though, like not rotted. It's really clean and still undercoated fairly well. So let's go to the front. Even up here, I mean, everything looks to be in pretty good shape. No torn boots. Shocks, struts are all good. Subframe, pretty nice shape. It's got chicken guano on it, but what are you gonna do? That'll wipe off. These extra holes in the bumper were actually for a tow bar. The tow bar went there, and I guess they towed it behind their RV at some point. Really solid car. Pretty excited about it. I really hope you get this running sometime soon and test and see if we can get anywhere near that factory low 40 mile per gallon on the highway, high 30s city. I think that'll be really cool if we could do that. So anyways, that's the new project car. It is a 1982 Honda Civic sedan. I don't know, GL, DX, HL, APP, UPO, OPR, X, MX, PX, DX, DMX. I really don't know. But it's upper, whatever it is. All right, so there you have it. Brand new project car. Wasn't looking for it, but found it and couldn't pass it up. Apologies to my wife. Yep. But now we got to get this car to run, and I think the idea will be if we can get the most amount of gas mileage out of it. That's what this project will be all about, gas mileage. Can we get close to or same as factory spec of like 40-something highway, 35 city? That's the plan, and we want to do it cheaply. So, as with everything on this channel, cheaply. That's just the way it works. That's the magic word. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to go work on this piece of garbage and see if we can't get it run again. And when I do, we'll see you next time.